Welcome back to the channel, BS Gang. If you're new, go ahead and click that subscribe button. A lot of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so let's go ahead and change that. Also, as always, a huge shout out to our members for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to become a member, go ahead and hit that join button. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the video. So this video I'm very excited to make because we do have information, quote unquote, about Chandler and Cusack in the game, more so Chandler than Cusack. But I did want to make like what they could potentially be slash a character concept of both of these units. So I hope you guys do enjoy, and please be sure to watch the video for any details that you may have, or for any question that you may have. I might have answered them in the video, so please watch it. But yeah, let's go ahead, let's break down Cusack first, right? We'll start with Cusack. So Cusack is a character that doesn't get too much love. I feel like a lot of people like Chandler, including myself, like Chandler more than him because Chandler just came out swinging in the first couple of episodes and slash the manga. He just did some crazy stuff, right? But Cusack's pretty cool. I did my best to make Cusack as good as he could potentially be without transforming, right? And if the reason why you guys are like, why is he in normal state? Because he didn't do too much in his transform state. Like, to be honest, he didn't really do much. So let's go ahead and let's break him down. So he is a red unit, as you guys can see right there. He is a demon, of course. I put his tier at S tier because I really think he would be S tier. These are his stats, so you can see his stats. His attack is very high. His attack is 5,388. That's a very high attack stat. And then his HP is 60k, which is very high. His defense is underwhelming, 3,270. But it makes sense if he's gonna have a high attack stat. His defense should be on a more lower side of things. And then these are his substats, right? So nothing really too impressive about his substats besides his pierce rate and his recovery rate. His lifesteal is amazing. Other than that, there's nothing too crazy. Like, his crit chance is terrible. His crit damage isn't that great. His crit defense related stats are but yeah, I think his recovery rate, lifesteal, and pierce rate are what are the best things about his substats. So yeah, again, nothing too crazy there. Again, he's gonna be hitting real hard with a 90% pierce rate, really good. And then obviously with a 50% lifesteal increase, craziness, right? So yeah, his skill 1, high speed slash. All right, so this inflicts detonate damage equal to 100% of attack on all enemies at rank 1. On rank 2, it deals 150% on all enemies, and then on rank 3, it does 250% on all enemies. So again, this can be a very weak or it can be a very strong skill. Primarily, you want to have all of the enemies at a high ult gauge, which can kind of be bad or it can be good, right? Because if they have, obviously if they have like 5 ult gauges, you're pretty much screwed if you do not like take them out with this skill, right? But if you do, you're basically getting an extra 100% damage on top of the, you know, already base damage that you have. So 350% technically if they have all 5 ult gauge orbs. So it'll be a really strong move. But if they have no ult gauge moves or ult gauge move orbs, then you're pretty much screwed. Because 100% is very weak, 150% is still really weak, 250% is okay, like it's literally just okay. But yes, his thing is primarily based off their ultimate move gauge orbs. So if you do end up fighting someone who like ult rushes, it's gonna be very good. But again, pierce rate being at 90% helps him a lot, because even though this is very weak, having a high pierce rate means that if they have low resistance, it's gonna deal a lot of damage towards them. However, if they have some high resistance, you're still gonna do damage. It's just pierce rate, it kind of overrides resistance. Again, if you have high pierce rate, they will not be able to patient you. They will not be able to patient you. So again, still gonna do some good damage. But yeah, and his lifesteal is 50%. But again, he won't be healing as much as you might think if it's not doing a lot of damage, right? Because at rank 1, it's just not gonna do anything. He might lifesteal like maybe like 15k depending, but since his crit chance is so low, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. All right, though, his skill 2. So his skill 2, on rank 1, it's a debuff card. reduces defense related stats by 15% for 1 turn on all enemies, and then decreases skill ranks. So this is a kind of new card that I just created specifically for Cusack. I think it'll make him a very viable unit to run alongside the demon team, which is really, really nice. On rank 2, it decreases defense related stats by 20% for 1 turn on all enemies, and then decreases skill ranks. And then on rank 3, it does 40% defense related stats reduction for 2 turns, and then it also decreases skill ranks, but then depletes the number of alt move gauge orbs depending on how many skill ranks are decreased. So a little wordy there, but basically it just takes away their ultimate move gauge orbs when you derank skills. Now that can kind of be a problem if you are trying to get like a level 3 detonate off, because if they have a lot of cards that are ranked up and you rank them down, so if you rank down 3 skills on one enemy, that means they're getting 3 ult gauge move orbs rolled back, which means his detonate won't hit hard, but at the same time you are reducing their defense related stats by 40%. So do keep that in mind. This is very, very powerful, because that means their crit resistance and crit defense will literally go down by 40%. So if you're, for example, if you are facing, you know, another Cusack, decreasing it by 40%, that means they have nothing. They're literally going to have no crit resistance, no crit defense, so the chances of you critting are actually very, very high. So there you go, right? And then on top of that, you're also going to be decreasing their skill rank, so they won't even have like a lot of, you know, ranked up skills. So it's very nice. It's very nice. It's kind of a counter to Gowther, but not really. So yeah, I mean, I guess it could technically be a counter, because even on rank 1, he is decreasing skill ranks. So even though Gowther won't be able to, will be able to rank up, you can just rank him down again. So there you go, right? And if you hit Lost Vein, like if you're fighting a Lost Vein, you can just rank down his skills. So it is a very, very, you know, viable card in my opinion. So I like it. I like it a lot. So there's ultimate. Resonant, I think that's how you pronounce it. Resonant, right? So this is a weird type of ultimate, right? It's a weird one, but I think it might work, right? Hear me out. So applies Resonant on one enemy, deals damage equal to 30% of attack on your own self for 3 turns at the start of the enemy's turn. So basically, what it will do is you're gonna damage yourself for 30% of attack on yourself. So you're gonna deal a fixed damage of 30% of attack. Obviously, if you build him with attack and defense, he's gonna have a massive amount of attack, and that might be bad, but still, it's very good, because if you look here, Resonant reflects whatever this amount of percentage of damage is, right? Reflects, let's say, 30% amount of damage inflicted to yourself at the enemy. So literally, whatever damage you deal, so let's say you do a fixed damage of, I don't know, 8,673, you will reflect that to the person you applied Resonant to, right? So very strong, and this cannot be canceled or removed. And then the opponent's recovery related stats are reduced to 0%. Yeah, so keep that in mind. They are not going to be healing. So usually reflection isn't that crazy because of, you know, recovery related stats, but since they are reduced to a big goose egg, they won't really have a way to, you know, get rid of this. So you can literally kill them by damaging yourself. It's very strong, I think. Like, it's very, very strong. And then here's the multiplier. So at 6 out of 6, 50% of attack on yourself for 3 turns. That is insane. That is actually insane. Of course, it's only applied on one enemy, but you can literally take out one enemy of your choosing, which is which is good. That's very, very very, very good in my personal opinion, because you're basically doing 50%, for example, of this damage, which is still good. And then if you obviously build up with attack and defense, having him at 13,000 defense, 15% of that every turn is very good. 30% of it might be weak, but if you buff yourself, right? If you do end up buffing yourself with attacks, like what an ally who buffs attack related stats, yeah, it's gonna be very, very good. So that, I think that ultimate is fair. I think it's balanced, right? So really, really good. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. But then we get to his passive. So his passive, the Napping Demon, increases HP related stats and defense related stats by 15% for each ally of the same race participating in battle. So basically 30%. It's basically Green Roxy, Halloween Roxy's passive, but better. Because he increases a HP related stats and defense related stats by 30% at max if you're running him on a demon team, right? A pure demon team. So yeah, he's gonna have 80% lifesteal if you do, which is kind of broken, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's still really good. He only has really one attack card anyway, so it doesn't matter, but I think it's still really good. And then his resistance will go up by 30%, which means it's at 75%, which kind of bad if you facing Sario, but otherwise not that bad. And regeneration, his stats are going to be very, very good, except for his attack related stats. Unfortunately, his attack related stats will stay the same, but it's fine, right? It's fine. I think this is very fair for Cusack, but let me know what you guys think about him down in the comments below. I think he's really good. I think actually this is a very good concept for Cusack. I think he's balanced. I think he's fair. I don't think he's too overpowered. I think he's just the right amount of good, right? I think he's very, very good. The only thing is you do primarily want to run him on a demon race team, but you don't have to. You really don't have to. His passive won't proc, but I think he still can be very, very good, right? Depending. So yeah, that's Cusack. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now let's go ahead and let's break down the boy Chandler. Hold on before you guys pause it or something, right? All right, so Chandler, right? I know a lot of people are excited for him. I don't think he's going to be as broken as you guys might make him out to be, but I think he's still very good. At least that's what I think in this character concept. Let me know what you guys think. So he is blue. He is a demon race, obviously, S tier. I think he is S tier. Here are his stats. His defense is very high. 4,310 defense is insanely high. His attack is 4,711. So his attack is a little on the lower side, but I mean, it's fine, right? Because his defense is insane. Like, his defense is actually really, really good. Okay, so here are his substats. His pierce rate is very mediocre, being at 68.5%. His resistance is fair, 52%. Regeneration, 7%. Crit chance, 71%. So his crit chance is a lot higher than Cusack's, and his crit damage is also higher, 180.1%. His crit resistance, yeah, his crit defense related stats aren't great. He's gonna get critted fairly often with a 47.7% crit resistance is bad, but his crit defense is pretty high, being at 69.8%, and then his recovery 109.5%, life still being at 14%. So again, I think his substats are good. I don't think they're, oh my god, crazy, but I think they're good. I think they're good. So his skill 1, Darkness Slash, is a 2-hit combo. It does despair damage. Now, if you guys don't know, despair actually was buffed on on JP, and despair now does, I believe it's 15% on rank 1, so he'll be healing himself for 15% on rank 1, 20% on rank 2, which is good, and then 30% on rank 3, which is absolutely insane, which is like really, really good. And then here are his attack multipliers, 130%, 195, and then 325%. So this is very strong because of the fact that his crit chance and crit damage are high. The only thing that concerns me is the combo aspect of it, right? Being at 2 hits is very, very good, but that's fine, right? That's fine if you do have support. Like, Cusack is a good support, which is why I made him the way he is, because if you run these two together, oh my god, they're going to be very, very top tier, because you'll be at rank 1, you're reducing their defense related stats by 15%, so keep that in mind. They don't rank 2 20%, and then he's gonna crit no matter what. Like, with him by his side, he's gonna crit, man. He's gonna crit. So it's good because he'll be healing himself as well. He'll also just be doing really, really good damage. So I think that is a very good card for him, having a despair card, especially since he has that big ass sword in the anime and manga, which he'll just swing twice, and I think it'll be a good skill animation too. So yeah, let's get to his skill 2. So his skill 2 is Enchant. I actually did not know what to do or what to name this skill, so I just named it Enchant, right? So Enchant. On rank 1, taunts one enemy and decreases damage taken by 30% for 1 turn. So if you guys don't know, this is similar to Deldry's like taunt skill where she'll taunt one enemy and then they can only hit them. Like literally the person that they taunt, the enemy can only hit them, which is nice. However, instead of increasing HP, he just decreases damage taken by 30%, which is nice because you want to use him with Assault Melee. This skill was literally meant for Assault Meliodas because Assault Melee you need for allies to take damage. So if you taunt yourself, they can only hit Chandler, which is nice because then Assault Melee would be getting his passive off and they can't do anything about it unless they have a card to remove buffs, obviously. But it also decreases damage taken, so he won't even take that much damage, especially with his high his high defense. He won't take damage. He just won't take damage. And then it becomes 50% on rank 2 and then 75% on rank 3. And they're not touching him. They're literally not touching him. Combined with his resistance, I think he can patience like many moves. Yeah, I think this is a very strong card because if we take a look right at Assault Melee, I do like the update they did. Side note, I do like the update they did with the website, right? If we take a look, if I can type at Assault Meliodas, right? That's very, very good because Assault Meliodas, if allies take damage, he increases his stats by 5% and then decreases defense-related stats of all enemies by 15% for 2 turns. And this stacks for 5. This is insane. Chandler's going to be doing Big Daddy damage because of that. So his Despair is going to basically crit all the time. This would be a crazy setup with Meliodas, Chandler, and Cusack. Because let's not forget Cusack, his defense-related stat buff or debuff will be overpowered by this if it stacks continuously. But then he also decreases skill rank. He also has Detonate. He also has a good passive. So yeah, let's not downgrade the boy Cusack. He's still good. And then his ultimate, Chandler's ultimate, is Meteor Works, which is a charge AoE. And then if you stack this, it's game over. They just can't live. There's no living. There's no living. Let's say if Netmarble looked at this video and just completely plagiarized my 2 character creations, I do think this team would be broken beyond belief. Because not only is it a rainbow team with him being green, blue, and then red, this team would be broken. This team would absolutely be broken. And then let's take a look at his passive, the Pacifier Demon. When demon allies take damage, applies a buff that increases HP related stats by 4%, increases the hero's basic stats by 3% for each buff on allies and enemies, limit of 5 times, applies when entering battle. So basically, Chandler himself will be getting a 15% increase to his basic stats, which is very, very good again, which is insane. And then he's also giving a buff to demon race allies, and that increases HP related stats by 4%, which is 20% at max, right? Because 5 times 4 is 20%. That is very, very, very good. That is insane. Like, it's just very insane. And this is a different buff than his basic stats increase for Meliodas, because this will be, I believe it's like 3 hearts instead of 1 or something like that. It's good. It's good. Combine this with his amplify, no, it's just game over, right? It's literally just game over. So yeah, I think this is very, very good, because not only would he be increasing his own HP related stats by 4%, 20% at max, which is very nice. I have to say, it's very, very nice. He's going to increase Cusack's as well, but Cusack will overpower that because of the fact that he'll be getting 30% if you run all 3 of these units on the same team, right? But it's still a very good passive if you don't have Assault Melee and you just want to run, these 2 together with another demon. It's nice. It's nice, but I think they're very good. I think they're very good cards. I do, because Chandler would be a great support for Assault Melee, even though he might not seem the craziest on paper. This is actually very strong. He's actually very, very strong. But you guys let me know down in the comments below if you think they're, really, really good units, or if you think they're mediocre at best. But let me know down in the comments below. Again, guys, as always, I will see you all next time.